Hello and good morning, guys. This is Andy McCann, your host here on Food, Fitness, and Finance, where I'm trying to help you lay a firm foundation in those three things. Okay, so I had a text from Ken, a text from Chris, and then I talked to somebody at the gym in person. I can't remember who, because I talked to so many people. And it was all about recovery and going too hard and how much is too much. So we're going to cover that and how to hit consistency over intensity or consistency over personal records, because consistency is going to win over time. All right, so it's the outline is going to be something with that, but then, why CrossFit works, what is intensity, recovery and progress, how does that work, consistency versus intensity, I just said that, avoiding injury, and then doing some preventative maintenance. So these are the things that you would use, whether you're doing CrossFit or anything else, especially as you go away from, hey, I'm an 18-year-old stud killing everything on all these workouts and sports, and now, hey, I'm 45 or 50 or 35. It's been years since I did anything. You need to go into this slowly and smoothly. We're going to cover all that. But first, I'm going to hit you with a couple fun things that we're doing here at the gym that you may or may not want to join, and hopefully you do. It's going to be pretty fun. So as you know, I have started using GroupMe, and I put QR codes on the wall, and so you can jump into whatever GroupMe you want, and we talk about those things, because I don't want to blow up your phone on text. I don't mind using email, but people are like, that's too many emails still. I mean, literally just hit delete or don't read it. So I figured if you join a GroupMe group, then you are physically joining the group, like you did it. So yeah, you're in. You want to know about these things. So anyway, I'm going to talk about some of those. But first, if you're at home and you're like, hey, I don't really want to come to the gym, or I don't live in Woodstock, what do? You can go to our website, crossfitgarage.com/WOD, workout of the day, or hover over gym information and go to WOD. And we give the workout of the day for a home format. So typically it assumes you have some dumbbells and that's it. So you can do all this stuff that we do at home. If you're not into that, we have garagefitness.online. That'll undergo some changes soon, but go jump on that. You'll get your fix, especially if you have a full functioning gym. We just now started summer strength. So I guess you'll get this a week later, but today was Monday, the 2nd, and we just did our summer strength program. We had, I think it was 10 kids in there, with 3 of them on vacation and another 7 that might show up this week. So it could be 10, it could be 20. It's a great class of kids. They started off moving very well. And yes, we corrected a lot of things, but for the parents that were there, you don't see what we see year after year after year. This group moved really good comparatively. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun meeting all the kids and getting them sorted in there. And I think they had fun learning the deadlift and the press. I've got a video I'll show you on that as well. If you're part of the Survival Podcast community, or just looking for some free resources, every time I do an episode for you guys, I put the free resource that I talk about here on our page. If you go to gym info and go to the free resources at the bottom, or crossfitgarage.com/free, you'll see all the free resources. So there's a bunch of things for you that you can do. Probably the thing that gets hit the most, according to website traffic, is my 60 easy. It's the counter to 75 hard. It's 60 things that you can do over time to help your health. So you can jump in there and look at that. All right. Fun stuff abounds. We just did our men's group, went out shooting at Garland Mountain. So here's some videos of, there's Mike. I guess some of you are watching this, some of you are listening. There's Mike Kim shooting. There's me shooting. We got David Wallace shooting. There's Chris LaPiccolo loading up his over-under gun. He brought a super cool tactical gun that they're like, no, you can't use that. So everyone ended up renting guns, except I shared mine with Evan and Mahi. So there's Mahi shooting for the first time ever. He's like, man, I love this. I think his very first shot, he nailed the clay pigeon, and then a bunch of us went missing for the rest of the time. So Mahi, loved having you there. I hope you enjoyed it, buddy. My son Evan is home from college, and he joined us, so he's at the gym doing stuff again, and it was fun to see him out and having a good time. Thank you guys for letting him be involved as well. So other things that I'm doing that you might be interested in, if you go to my Facebook page, you will see the game that I just put together. So you have to slide down a little bit to May 29th. I published it. It's semi-published. You have to have the link to get to it. But if you click on it, it's a kind of an asteroids 2-person fighter type game, but you have to be on a computer and you have to have 2 people on the same keyboard. So it's very old school, but that's how it started off and that's how it published. It was supposed to be multiplayer joinable, but it wasn't. Anyway, it's a fun little game. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. I'm surprised there's actually been 30 people or 29 people who've checked it out since I've mentioned it, which I don't know. It's a very one-off thing. I am a outdoors guy that loves CrossFit, but I also enjoy nerding out with some computer games, building them even, and playing some D&D. So, anyway. There's the game if you're watching. It's in full effect. Boom, you hit the little red dot and stuff happens. Anyway, we do have these group me's. Y'all can join those and get involved with us. We've got our summer gamers, so it's D&D and board games, and then the men's group, Homestead, Pickleball, and our racing competition. So to go through some of those, oops, that's not there yet. I will put this guy in the back some. How about right there? Sure. And to go through a couple of these, we do have whitewater rafting coming up for our men's group. So if you're interested in that, it should be June 22nd. We also have our gym party at our house, or our get together. It'll be June 26th, right in the middle. I think it's like 1 to 4. So I'll still grill some stuff, but you can come eat or have eaten beforehand, whatever. So come and hang out at the McCann farm. You do need to RSVP for that because I am buying stuff. So if you don't let me know, then I won't know to buy stuff for you. Our next event after Whitewater, though, is possibly going to be this Central Rock gym. So it's down over by KSU. We'll do some climbing. Of course, I mentioned we're doing some Dungeons and Dragons. If you've never played before, that's totally fine. Come join us. September, we have the Blairsville Adventure Race. Come join us for that. It is a 10-hour race in Blairsville. And then a bunch of us are doing the, also on the same day, unfortunately, September 20th, the Blitz Spartan Race. So that'll be there. Also, some good news. We are sort of approved. I got to go through a conference call this coming Thursday. So by the time you listen to this, I should know for sure. But we applied to host Festivus here locally. Festivus just changed their name to True Challenge. So who knows why they changed stuff, but they did. And we filled out an application, and they said sure. So it'll be, I think it's October 18th is when we're looking to do it. They have 2 dates listed, but the 18th works better for us. So I'll find out after this conference call. But I would love for you guys to be part of this, either as a volunteer or a competitor or a judge. So I have multiple things that you guys can do, but I definitely will not be able to do this without you. And let's see what else I got for you. Oh yeah, so my buddy Ken Daniels, where one of this question comes from, he does the bloodsugarchef.com, and he has got some great meals for those that are interested in cooking various ways. So if I can find it, ADSD recipes, where are my recipes? There it is. So he's got various recipes. It could be Mediterranean, meat lovers, which we're going to go into, quick and simple, vegetarian low carb options, budget friendly, family friendly, and classic low carb. So we're going to jump into this meat lovers plan because that's what I do. So Levi, if you're listening to this, Mike, if you're listening, you go here and you can get all his recipes for meals that are basically meat based. So I'm looking this, and I know what he's doing also. So he's keeping you high meat, very low carbs, very low vegetables. Actually, as I look at this, I don't really see, there's some mushrooms. I don't know if I'd consider that a mushroom. There's some garnish right there. And this one maybe looks like it has some peppers in it. So totally fine. But if it's just learning how to cook meat correctly, that changes the game as well. Ooh, there's beef liver. So I will do beef liver if I put it into something else, but I won't do it by itself on its own. That's a little rough even on me. Okay. So one more thing that I've got for you is near the end of the year, just like we're doing every other month, we have that test workout. So we have an odd month test workout, and then an even month testing workout. So we'll keep doing those throughout 2025, and I'll change them for 2026. But at the end of the year, I'm going to put in our old Worldwide WOD gym resolutions workouts. So it's Helena, Karina, I guess, and then Gracia. So we'll change them just slightly. But it'll basically be that type of workout, and you can try to beat yourself every year. So it's going to be great. You'll see that one. We'll do them once a year. That'll be coming for you. All right, on to the main event. And I'll probably leave it right here on CrossFit unless I got to find something else. So if you're watching this, yeah, you're just going to see the CrossFit promo going over and over and over. That's okay. Okay, so today we're talking about CrossFit workouts, or any workout really. Insert your thing, and how to avoid getting wrecked by it. Oh, wait. For CrossFit, Constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity, comma, sometimes. And I think it's very important to put that sometimes in there. So intensity is important. They've done the measurements and the studies and all that, and they know that intensity is the independent variable that's creating the most adaptation towards health and fitness. So it's going to grow both your strength and your endurance and the other 10 general physical components, stamina, power, speed, all those things. It's going to put those together. So that's why we do this. Intensity is key. CrossFit, constantly varied, is key. Here's the problem. What is intense? I mean, it depends. For me, my intensity against most of you is radically different. I've been doing this for 20 years. I know my body. I know what to do. But if I go away on vacation and I come back, my first week is a honeymoon week. I take it super easy just to get my body acclimated. So we do want intensity. We want to push ourselves, but you can't do that 5 days a week, 7 days a week. It just isn't going to happen. If you try to push like that, intensity becomes a liability. You're probably going to do something stupid. And we know rule number 1 is show up. Rule number 2 is don't do anything stupid today that'll prevent you from showing up tomorrow. So part of how to avoid injury and burnout is to moderate intensity. If you don't know how, ask the coach. This is kind of what you're paying for. Yes, we want a facility that can house this, but you could do this all in the gym. You could probably spend for yourself, let's see. I think the going package for a gym these days is about $50,000. So if you're just doing it for yourself, I would say for $5,000, you could probably have a wickedly fit, outfitted garage and do this in your garage gym. But what you're really paying for is somebody to have eyeballs on you. So listen to the coach. Ask them questions. This is how I'm feeling. Should I be doing this? This is what my goals are. Should I be doing this? This is what I did yesterday or plan on doing tomorrow. Should I be doing this? Or if you really want to do it right, follow the intended stimulus of the workout. That's why we put it up there. This workout should be like today's, Elizabeth? It should be 3 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there. Some studs that handstand push-ups aren't a problem. 3 minutes for sure, because if handstand push-ups aren't a problem, probably the deadlift at that weight is not a problem. Now, I had Andy Lott, a friend of mine, come to them. Oh, that's who I was talking to this morning. It was Andy. So he said, hey, we did deadlifts on Friday, and now we have deadlifts today. Why? Well, I have a reason for that. One is constantly varied. So is that varied? Yes, that is a variation. You did the same thing back to back. But one was a heavy lift. It was sets of 3, so you're going heavy. The stimulus is different. The other is a fast lift with a moderate weight. So it should have been like moderate, super, on the lighter side. I should have been able to do probably 21 in a row on the first go if I really wanted to. Now, you might have wrecked you for the other ones, but that's the idea. It was moderate to light. So it was a very different stimulus that you're getting out of the workout. So how do I do that? Well, today with Andy, I was like, hey, don't go alone. I'll do it with you. What we're going to do is we know the weight you did on Friday. Let's half it. And then we're going to go slow and steady. Our goal is to work out for 10 minutes. We're going to do 12 deadlifts, 12 push-ups, and then we're going to do some handstand holds or handstand kick-ups. And that's what we did for 10 minutes. And by the end of it, he's like, yeah, I'm actually really sweaty and it feels very different than the other workout. So by modulating the intensity and knowing where he was, we were able to get him a good movement workout where he's still in his honeymoon month without destroying anything. Then he did some of the hollow rock planks, and then we spent the rest of the time rolling out. So that's a key right there. What is real recovery and what does it look like? It should not be like Ken texted me, Andy, I need help on recovery. What do I need to do? I'm like, yeah, so you shouldn't be going so hard that you're like, I am in trouble. That's too much. You're ruining tomorrow. Your goal, especially when you start, is to feel like when you leave, I think I could have done more. Perfect. Now make a note of it and know for yourself, maybe I'll give a little bit more, see how it goes. You don't want to give so much that then tomorrow you're like, damn, dog, I totally wrecked myself. I can't do anything. That doesn't work. Consistency is better than intensity if you had to pick. Just like you think about it with your money. The consistent habit of investing is better than trying to lump sum every once in a while because you'll break the habit, you won't do it, you won't give as much as you will. If you consistently gave $5 every day over time, it would be way better than inconsistently trying to give 1,000 because you're just not going to have the money. So show up, rule number 1. Rule number 2 is don't do anything stupid to prevent yourself from showing up. That's basically rule number 1, show up, right? I guess rule number 3, we always make something different. I would probably say know where you're at and modulate your intensity. All right, so we're going to talk a bit more about recovery in a minute. But I can tell you for sure, without any hesitation, after 17-ish years, 18 years of doing this, consistency is the key. Show up and move, not intensity. Intensity will deliver the adaptation unless you can't show up, right? So you have to show up first and then bring the variation and the intensity to what you're doing. All right, so why does CrossFit work? All right, I typically joke and say, I don't know why it works. I totally know why it works. I get it. I've been doing it for this long. I believe it so much so that I don't even have to think about it anymore. A big part is just the definition of what we're doing. Constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity sometimes. So the variety, not random, it's varied, and functional, it's things I'm going to be doing anyway, create a larger compound movement, and it's your body through space. So you're going to do things like increase your agility. Hey, as I get older, I tend to trip and fall, right? Why is that? They're losing their agility. So how do you prevent the trip and fall? Learn to fall, or don't ever be all trippy. Keep that equilibrium inside of you. Intensity drives adaptation. Go look up Greg Glassman, look up some of his speeches. You're just going to have to trust me on this because I'm not going to spend a ton of time. Actually, I have a podcast, Why CrossFit Works, Why We Do What We Do. It's the adaptation towards health and fitness that intensity delivers that we're going for. Okay, so the things outside of CrossFit, and the reason why a gym works is there's community. I literally just had somebody say, I need the community to make myself do it. But I'm finding that even in the afternoon, I have a hard time. So there's accountability. They know I'm not showing up. I said, try the morning. So was it Amanda? She's like, yeah, I'm making it move in the morning and I might try to get a buddy to show up. Perfect. Community, get a buddy to show up. Actually, members, I'm going to throw this out to you right now. If you have a friend that you want to bring to the gym, members, let me know. You can give them a month of our gym on me for free. I want them to have a gift from you. Obviously, let me know and have them come with you so you can be their guide. But let me know so I can get them wavered and talk to them and all that stuff. But bring them. Building the community is great. Having your friend there not only is community, but it's accountability. Then the other thing we do that not everybody does, but we track and we measure that progress. So you should log your results. You should log your attendances because you'll get those shirts. Okay. There is a simplicity in I show up, I listen to the coach, I do the work. And that is true. And the CrossFit's methodology and the coach help drive you towards what you need. I think, okay, we're going to move on to intensity. And I think people mess up intensity with, if it's not painful or I'm not super exhausted, it must have not been intense enough. No, that's not true at all. If you log your results, you could simply look and see, well, that's where I was before. Let me try a little bit better. If you're like, I can't, well, then that's a piece of intensity that you're at. You're like, okay, well, I'm at where I need to be. If you crush it, then you're like, yeah, I could have gone faster, and you did. So you make a note for yourself for next time. And this is why we go big time into the intended stimulus. We have to put something up there to measure that's RX. I changed the wording around so that we could have an intermediate that is measured. So now we have two things you can do that are measured that will repeat, that come up and you can track them. Originally it was just one and a lot of us scaled it to intermediate anyway. So now we can track that. We want to force adaptation towards health and fitness through our relative intensity. So my intensity is typically based around hitting the stimulus at the intermediate level because that's what I can do. I don't have to go RX because if I do, I'm going to blow this intended stimulus out of the water. I'm usually going to be way late or, way too slow or whatever, right? So I gear it back a bit. Now it is true. If you scale a lot or modify a lot, I can't track it. It's a computer. I can only do so much. So we can get close to it. Just make notes to yourself. So you should measure this. That's what we're doing. 3, 2, 1, go. There's a time or there's a rep. You're counting it. We're watching that stimulus, the load and the volume. And that's where the program comes from. Constantly varied. It is not hypertrophy. It is not HIIT, high intensity training. Some days are go jog a 10K. I'm going to have that one come up and I will go do a 10K or a 5K or do 1K and then 10 stone lifts because I know if I make you lift stones, you'll probably stick around and do the full run. So we'll do like multiple laps of that or something. But we're going to have that in there because that's part of it. Just as important as doing a super heavy day, like a 1 rep max. Now, I don't do 1 rep maxes anymore because the opportunity for failure is catastrophic and I don't want it. So I will do 3s for sure. But 1, no, I don't want to push like that. I'd rather do 3 and know my limits are there and let the software do its math to figure out what the number for my 1 rep max should be. Obviously, from the last episode or 2 episodes ago, you're going to scale and modify to help you get there. It's purposeful. It's not random. It's purposeful. I think this quote that would really resonate here is, if your workout ruins your week, it wasn't a workout, it was a setback. Right? Okay, so now that we have the idea that we should be smart, hit the stimulus, and listen to the coach in our body and show up, what do we do for recovery? 1, recovery should not be, I am so messed up, I need a new body. That shouldn't be it. Recovery is got some simple components, but you have to put them into your life. So sleep. It's the biggest one. If you fall asleep at red lights, or if you fall asleep while waiting for the dentist, or if you fall asleep at a doctor's office or something like that, then you don't have enough rest in your life. You need more sleep. I would say start fixing your sleep by waking up at 5 a.m. and staying up till midnight. Get yourself super tired so that when it comes time to go to bed at 9 p.m., you do. Start your day early. It's a better way to do it. Get 8 hours of sleep. Not everybody needs 8, but that's typically where most of the people, most of the time, mostly fit in. Nutrition. If you aren't doing anything for nutrition, shame on you. You should be doing something, at least looking now and be going, now, if I'm going to do the working out, I should probably do something, right? If you're unsure what to do, talk to myself, talk to Coach Jennifer. She has an entire company around this whole event. If you log your food, I will help you for free. Log your food for 2 weeks and we can sit down and talk. I will give that to you. But when you log your food for 2 weeks, you're going to understand what you did wrong, what you did stupid, and you'll probably fix it on your own. You need to look at your hydration, and not just water, but your electrolytes. Are you drinking, like me, too much coffee? Well, then you probably need to add more electrolytes into your day. Another good one for the recovery is just go walk. They say, the powers that be, if you walk for 10 minutes after each meal, you increase your metabolic performance dramatically. Most of us are doing all this not only so we can live well, but also we look good naked. Most of looking good naked is not eating like a death row inmate. All right, so we also have stretching, which we encourage you to do after the workout, and foam rolling, which we encourage you to do. I would say do it all the time, but like today with Andy Lott, I said we're going to stop, and then there's another thing we could do. You and I should not do that. We should roll and stretch. And so he did some of it, and I just rolled and stretched. Another one that's in the world of recovery, but not exactly, is if you are actually hitting the right range of motion for the movements, it's going to force you to go slower and lighter, which is actually going to help in the recovery process because you're not doing stupid, right? So again, if your workout ruins your week, then it isn't a workout, it's a setback. Another fun quote is, you don't get fit from the workouts you skip. So if you do too much and you're out, then, I mean, it's like not investing. You should totally invest. So don't do stuff to have to skip. Probably the biggest thing I can tell you in this one is building the habit of momentum and of movement is key. That's the best thing you can do. You need to scale and modify intelligently and show up even when you're not feeling great. Like, I think Kathy came in this morning. She's like, I don't really feel it. And it's like, hey, that's okay. You're here. You kept the pattern. Just move for 10 minutes. I promise you it's going to help. And so she did. Yeah, so it's better for you to show up at 70% 5 days a week than 110% once and then skip 3 days. You're not building the momentum. You're not creating the habit. You're not creating the consistency. You're not creating the adaptation you want. All right, moving on to avoiding injury. Basically, don't be a hero. You want to push through a plateau, not through pain. So if you do a thing, you're like, oh, dang, that doesn't feel good. Don't push through the pain. I had Ken, he did Murph for the first time. And then he's like, dude, my arms are killing me. Yes, you just did 100 push-ups and 200 pull-ups. And you're brand new to this. Yes, something probably is amiss. High rep is a problem. Low weight, high rep is like, and okay, let me back that up. High rep with a low weight is a problem just as much as high weight and 1 rep is. The opportunity for catastrophe is great. So pare that down a bit. If the rep scheme is too high, man, be smart and be like, yeah, that's too much for me. I'm not going to do that. And that's totally fine. Or on Murph, if you mix it up in Cindy style, so you do 10, 20, 30 rather than 100, 200, 300, it actually feels completely different. All right, warning signs that it's painful. I have a joint ache that persists. There's a sharp pain or if you feel something popping, obviously, duh. If you have chronic fatigue, something is wrong. I had a buddy, say, oh, no, I just have a really low heart rate. I'm like, so why is that? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's genetic. Went to the doctor. Doctor said, you're in trouble. It's not genetic. So if you have chronic fatigue, like, hey, my heart just doesn't pump fast, so I'm always kind of a little bit tired. Nah, dog. Especially if you're my age, if you're 50, something is wrong. Go get that checked out. Watch out for high volume, high reps, low weight volume. Also, it's nice to be able to dig down. If you look at, oh man, what was the book? I think the book was called Grit by Carol DeWitt. She talks about what grit is. If you've had problems in your life that you had to push through, that's great. Except some people can use that to push through in CrossFit or their workouts. Don't do that. Don't dig so deep that you're using grit. It shouldn't be. Now, on the flip side, Matt and Aaron are about to go out to Sun Valley, Utah and do this massive walk. They're doing 29,029 feet of climbing on a ski resort. So I think they go up at I think he said 10 times over 3 days, basically walking up Everest. They want to finish the event. That's when we use grit. Yeah, they paid for it. They know they're moving into stupid, but that's awesome. They have an event. They just, I think, well, maybe they're both 40. I don't know. Matt looks really young. Maybe Matt's only 38, but I don't know, he looks like he's 35. Good job saying young, buddy. But they're doing a fun thing with their fitness. I love it. And they've changed their workouts. Although it's funny, sometimes Aaron will be like, oh man, this workout is right in my wheelhouse. I'm going to pause my normal prepping for this event to do the workout, and then he crushes it. But yeah, that's fun stuff. So just realize that modification and scaling is not a weakness, it's wisdom. I think you're going to feel like the next part are no-brainers. So this preventative maintenance is kind of a no-brainer. You want to warm up. I, as a 51-year-old man, like to warm up extremely long and a lot. So much so that it annoys people because I wear like a hoodie even when it's warm. So I like a lot of warm up. I also like a lot of cool down. That's me. You guys, I mean, some of you young pups don't need as much. That's okay, but you need to experiment with that. If you need more, like I had somebody, who was it? I don't know, Rebecca, I don't think it was you, but maybe it was Rebecca. She said, I would love for there to be a longer warm up. And I was like, well, I only get 60 minutes because people get pissed if we go too far. You could always show up early and start to warm up. She's like, oh yeah, for sure. I can do that. Probably wasn't Rebecca. She's like a degreed engineer. She's super smart. She actually gave me a really good idea of, like buying 2 of the 2,000 plates and giving one to the person who did it. So I don't know. I never thought of that. That's a great idea. So anyway, you can always show up early or stay late. We now have 24-hour access. You can stay as late as you want and just go out the back of the gym and it'll lock itself on you. If you know either the movement is going to be pushing on a joint or you got one that doesn't feel great, get some homework. We love accessory work. We love to give you that homework. Come in early, stay late, and do the thing you need to do to help fix whatever it is. Oh, that reminds me. Natalie showed up today. Yay! And immediately, she brought a smile to my face as she jumping jacked across the room to get to where she needed to go, but yet paid attention to the coach because he said, let's do some jumping jacks. Yeah, that made me smile. I'm glad to have you back, and I need to ask about your shoulder. And of course, you guys know my favorite, the foam roller. Of course, I use the PVC pipe because it hurts more. But you got the lacrosse ball as well as those bands. What are they called? The bands over in the back, the crossover symmetry bands. So use that. Also, stretching. The real key for stretching is you want to hold the position for 2 minutes or more. Okay, there you go. I think that sums it all up. I'm going to pause. I'll pause you. You won't notice the pause. And look back at my texts from the guys and see if there are some fun things I can pull out. I do remember Chris had some good ones and Ken as well, so I'll go back on those two. But practical tips and takeaways. Guys, scale appropriately. Ask your coach. Prioritize sleep and protein. We just talked to the Summer Strength kids, and they're like, I do a protein shake. I'm like, if you could eat something that had a face, that would be better. And then the mom's like, what about eggs? I'm like, I mean, eggs will have a face, so yes. And she's like, giving me the thumbs up. Thank you. Respect the idea of recovery, but don't demand recovery. You're going too hard. Don't compare yourself to others. Train for your life and for your transformation, not for Instagram. Listen to your body. I do it all the time. Am I not feeling it? Great. Show up and just half-ass it. It's better to show up than not show up, right? Listen to the fatigue, the soreness, and the energy. And yes, it is true. Show up even if you plan on scaling or modifying everything. It's worth it. All right, guys, you are in this for the long haul. This is your life. You get one shot at it. It is not a dress rehearsal. The encouragement I would give you is to find consistency and intensity, not one or the other. Find where they mix together. And yes, they're going to push against each other. That's okay. Find it. Share your story, DM me, email me, text me. I would love to see. Tag us, CrossFit Garage, or tag me, Andy McCann, for Instagram or Facebook, and I will post your stuff all over the world. We've got lots of followers, and I'm happy to have those followers following you. So if you hit me in your stories or your feeds or whatever they call them, I will push it along. Think to yourself, what area should I dial in my recovery, or is it my warm-up, is it my sleep, whatever. Pick something and get it done. Also, if you guys could, man, I would love it. Leave us a review, a Google review, a Yelp review, or in a podcast or YouTube, whatever. I don't really care about the algorithm or like tons of people following. I care about the people at the gym and people that want to be healthy and fit that aren't physically located near us. I don't care to influence billions or millions or even tens of thousands. I just want to influence the people that need someone to go along with them and help their life and to transform themselves so that they can be around when their kids are around. Okay, so I've got a couple of these texts pull up. There's 4 of them. I'm going to mix and match them together because it makes it more interesting. But this was a great one. One of the guys said, hey, I did the workout and I was feeling pretty crushed. I got home and then took a big dump. And he's like, what's up with that? So I would say in that one, it just depends on where you were at. But if you're doing a lot of back squats, I mean, go out, like we would go out and play paintball and you'd sit down in that squatted like position. And man, you're like, I just went to the bathroom and I got to go again. So movement, like a dog, if you take a dog for a walk, a lot of times that dog, even if they just went to the bathroom, is going to go to the bathroom again. So movement will help your system along. So yeah, don't be worried about that, or drink some coffee beforehand and get it all out. But at least it's better at home than it is on the floor. So I guess that's rule number 3. Don't poop yourself in a deep back squat. Okay, so another part of a guy's text was, I felt a little bit like my equilibrium was off. And I was like, hey, was it the handstand push-ups? He said, as a matter of fact, I did try to go upside down, and that probably was it. I normally don't. So is it his intensity? Maybe. Is it the upside down? Maybe. If you're taking notes, you're going to know where it is within inside yourself. So I would say most likely it was the upside down. We don't do that very much, and so that probably threw him off. But if you're taking notes, you will find out. I love this. I got a text back, and it was saying, hey, on the deadlifts, now that I think about it, I might have had too much weight on there and held my breath during the lifts. And this is what I love. They're self-assessing what they may or may not have done wrong. So here's what I would do. Go work out and ask the coach, hey, I think I'm holding my breath when I lift. Would you watch me while I do this? For sure, that's what they do. And you'll find out. I think another one that came up in the text was about, if I knock myself out of the game for a couple of days, I feel like I've lost progress. Yes, for sure. You probably did, especially this guy just started a couple months ago. So maybe not. You lost the progress you could have had. You probably didn't regress. But I'll tell you this. After, 18 years of doing CrossFit, if I miss a week or two, it doesn't really matter. My fitness level is pretty well leveled out and plateaued or whatever, and it's at a high level, so I'm totally fine with that plateau. I don't really drop way down if I miss some stuff. So the longer you do it, the less the missing is going to impact you. So keep going no matter what. All right, guys, that is it for today's episode. And if you are in Woodstock, come join us, CrossFit Garage. We're across from Black Rifle Coffee, just down the street from First Baptist Woodstock. And yeah, we would love to have you. We are not for everybody. We are for the people that are like, hey, I am happy, humble, helpful, and I want to be healthy and fit now as well as in my 90s. Yeah, that's us. If you're trying to go to the CrossFit Games, that is not us. If you're a 22-year-old fire breather, you can do 30 strict muscle ups without a problem. Yeah, we're not your gym, man. We are just normal, just normal people. David desk jockeys. We're just guys at doing our thing, trying to live a life, trying to reclaim our health. If that sounds like you, then yeah, you're us. If you're a mom who spends a lot of time caring for the kids, you're like, I just need someone to focus on me and to get my health back. Yeah, that's who we are. We are not people who are going to drive you to I want to do one-handed handstand push-ups. Yeah, that's not us. I can't do a bar muscle up and I never want to. That's totally fine. We would love to give you the opportunity to, should you want to, but we're not going to force it. That's who we are. We want to help guide you towards health and fitness, help mentor you towards health and fitness. Yes, we typically do class styles. We do have 24/7 access for those that are a member. And we do offer nutrition counseling through Jennifer. So she's got her own business that she runs inside of this. And you can do personal training. So Josiah has got a personal training business that he brings people in and uses the gym for. So all the coaches can do personal training. Some of them really focus in on it. Guys, we are here to help you. If you're local, that is awesome. If you're not local, garagefitness.online, or let me know if you're interested in working with Coach Josiah. He also has an online fitness avenue. We are here for you. We want to see you transform to be the best you can be. If you're also looking for community, hey, I need a new or different or just some people that care, come join us. That's what the CrossFit men's group is for. We would have a ladies group, except I'm not the lady, so sometimes they get together, but I need to find someone who would love to head that. It just obviously isn't going to be me since I'm not a lady. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing you at the gym or seeing your posts, or I guess you'll hear me next week. Y'all take care.